Oh, hey there. Welcome to this latest episode of Practical Preparation. I'm your host, Jimmy. The date is January 14th, 2018. Happy New Year, folks. Here at the Jones residence, Christmas came a little late this year. It caught us off guard. So we weren't able to get out our Christmas special until today, where we'll be canning salmon. I was out ice fishing the other day and caught these and thought, with it 6 below zero outside, why the hell not put these fish in jars? So what we started with first is we're spending a little over $200. In all seriousness, I did not catch these fish, but we're spending about $200 on salmon today. So we want to make sure that everything works without a hitch. So we preheated the oven to 240, and we are now, and we want to make sure that these are in the oven for at least 20 minutes. Okay. So we're back, and basically what we're doing now is we're cutting this salmon. Basically, you want to take your pint jar and just basically think about, where could I cut that and leave plenty of head space. Too much head space is a good thing with canning salmon, and too little is a real bad thing, because when you're paying $8 a pound for this stuff, you'd rather use up more jars than have them explode. Okay, so once these jars have been in the oven for at least 20 minutes at 240 degrees, we kind of take them out about 15 minutes before we're going to stuff them in the jars.
Go.
All right, so we're back, and we've cut up all these pieces here. These pieces are between 8 and 12 ounces, and so what we're going to do first here is we're going to take one of our bands and put it on there. It's so crucial on a project like this, where you've got literally $250 invested, that you want to follow all the steps. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the band on here like that, and then we want to put the fish in with the skin facing out for appearances. It's a nice shiny look to it. So just kind of put the fish down in there, and then we've got spots here where, if we have any gaps or anything, we might want to cut another little section off, or we had some end pieces from the other salmon. But we want to leave plenty of headroom here. Too much headroom is a good thing. Too little headroom can be catastrophic to your can. Yeah, so right now we got the Death Star outside on the banjo cooker. We're gonna pressure can this salmon on my propane cooker. It's so much easier than doing it on the stove. But the thing you want to remember with these cookers is they kick out a ton of heat. So when we're pressure canning, it's not that we use so much heat, but just that we keep that pressure constant. Once we get up to that 10, 11 pounds, we want to keep that heat constant. So next we'll be putting in the salmon. No, we won't be. Okay, now what do you want?
We supposed to answer?
Okay, we'll cut that out of the video.
And about 2 or 3 drops of liquid smoke.
You want 1/4 teaspoon of salt in yours and 2 or 3 drops of liquid smoke. Welcome back to Practical Preparation. I'm your host, Jimmy, and we're just talking about what we're gonna put in our canned salmon today. Tam gets 15 jars, I get 15 jars, and Mom gets 4. So this is what I'm gonna do with mine. For mine, the pints, I do a 1/2 teaspoon of canning salt. Remember, it's important that you use canning salt because,
Why is that, JJ?
and thanks for asking, Mom, because your regular table salt has iodine in it and it will discolor and deteriorate the food. So this has no iodine in it. So basically what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go each one of these jars, and on mine I'm gonna put a 1/2 teaspoon of salt in there. Now you don't have to can the salmon with any salt or liquid smoke, right, Tam? You can
Correct.
can it just the way it is, but I don't like it. I like mine a little bit on the saltier side, and I like that smoke flavor. So
Yeah, we saw some that even put lemon slices in and
lemon
fresh
slices, rosemary, dill. Yeah, there's a bunch of different options that you can do here. So you can
Lemon
see
zest.
lemon zest.
and we decided not to because we figured
All right, it's my show.
we can add flavors later.
What?
We can add flavors later, like when you're making your dish.
You're right. Right.
Garlic.
Good point. All right. So then, now what we do is we're gonna go about a 1/4 teaspoon of liquid smoke in mine. Now, I just like that liquid smoke flavor, and it's up to you what you do in yours. But all right. Well, next step we'll be showing you how to clean off the top of the jars, and we'll be putting them in the canner before too long. Thanks. Okay, so after the salting and the liquid smoke, basically what we do is we take a small jar of vinegar and we're just gonna run around the edge of these rims, because with meat it's always an issue with the oils. I mean, the most critical part of this canning process is that lid seals down, so we want that extremely clean. So after we go over all of these, then we're just gonna take a dry cloth and we're gonna look at them and inspect them, make sure there are absolutely no particles on the top of there. Now, as you know, we put our lids in hot water. It doesn't have to be boiling. Some people just put it in hot water, scalding water. We always put it on the stove here. Then we take our lids, we put them on, we grab a band, spin on that band, and we're just gonna snug it up. Just snug it up. Because that jar needs to be able to breathe during the canning process. Meaning is it needs to be able to let out a little bit, and then when it sucks it back in, that's where you're gonna get the seal. So we're gonna do 2 cooks today because we don't want to overload the Death Star. We've all gone down that road before and it wasn't pretty. So we're gonna fire up the Presto, and we've got our jars in there. Remember, when you put that hot water in there, put in a splash of vinegar. Don't be asking how much because it doesn't matter. Just a splash. Take and just put a glug in there. That's all you need. And then we're gonna go ahead now, and we've turned it up to 6. We don't want to bring our pressure up, or I don't really want to bring the pressure up really fast. I just want to get that steady heat, get it up to 10, 11 pounds. But the first thing you have to do is we're gonna have to put this on, and we're gonna have to good God and Greyhound, Jesus Christ. All right, now we started it up, and we're gonna bring this up. Now you're gonna watch for this to vent on any pressure cooker. It's got to vent, it's got to escape all the air. So when you start to see a steam trail coming out of there, put your timer on for 10 minutes. All right, so we got 28 pints of salmon loaded up in the Death Star. Now you can see they're all packed in there pretty good. We got it on this banjo cooker here. So the thing that we want to remember on this banjo cooker, again, these things put out a lot of BTUs, and we just basically want to, just watch it and monitor your pressure and how much steam you've got going out. But now we'll wait for that to vent, and then we'll bring it up to pressure, and then we'll leave it under pressure for 100 minutes. So the next thing we're gonna do is we've got this 941 All-American canner, and it's got a machine fitting on there, which is really nice. So you just want to put like olive oil or some kind of lubrication down on there so you get a good fit. And then just basically gonna want to seat that in and get those. Now when you tighten these down, you kind of want to do it like the bolts on if you're changing a tire on a car. You want to get them all in there, and you kind of want to go to the opposite ends. Just get it snug down first. Okay, and then you just want to go back over all of them. Now we're just going to wait for it to come up to temp.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now if you can see here, this is what we call venting. You've got a steady stream of hot air that is coming out of this vent, and we're going to let it do that for 10 minutes. All right, so our canner's been venting for 10 minutes now. On the Presto, there's just, all you do is you put that right up there, and before you know it, that just sealed, and now it's locked. Okay, so you're committed, and you just want to watch. On this Presto, it's not as good as your All-American, and you're going to have to kind of manually moderate the temperature. So you want to get it up to 10 pounds, and you don't ever want to drop it under 10 pounds, or you have to start the whole thing over again. So once it's at 10 pounds, you're going to set your timer for 100 minutes. Okay, so now on the Death Star, can you take a look at that?
Yeah, let me get with the light. Back up a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit more. Now we should be able to get it.
Can you see it?
I see some numbers, I think. Hold still. Tip it so there's light.
Okay, well, basically, we're
There it
good.
is. Now I can see it. 5, 10, 15.
Okay, so we've got 5, 10, 15. We're going to put it on the pressure 10, and the Death Star will self-monitor, but you don't ever want, come on, damn.
Here we go.
You don't ever want to just, you don't want to heat the piss out of these. you don't want to waste the energy, and you don't need to. So see, we've got that going pretty good. What we got to do now is bring that up, and when that starts jiggling, we just kind of want to turn down our heat and monitor our heat.
Let me see if I can see how much flame is under there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more.
All right. We've had pretty good luck regulating how much heat comes into this, haven't we?
Yeah.
And it's cold outside, so it's
Yeah,
kind of
got
an
a little bit of
amazing
snow.
process.
A little bit of snow. All right. All right. So now that you can see our pressure's up there, we got it up a little higher than we wanted. But you can see it's kind of just starting to rattle around there. Just throttled it back a little bit. And now we're going to put the timer on 1 hour and 40 minutes. And that's about it. Okay, so now we've done our cook time. The canner, we let all the pressure go down in the canner before we took the weight off. Don't ever touch that weight until your pressure reads 0. Now there's still a little bit of a danger factor here. It's still hot, there's still steam inside. So when we switch that off, we're gonna shift it off and we're gonna lift it away from us. Okay?
Like
So
that.
any residual steam is gonna go up and away. So looks like we got a perfect cook on this one, Tam.
Nice.
Yep, and I'll start putting those out, and yeah. Never fails to amaze me. How long has this been off the heat, Tam?
Oh, probably half hour. We had company,
Yeah.
so we just let things happen.
Been
We
off
took
for
them
a
out
half
home.
hour, and look at how it's still boiling and cooking inside there. That's the beauty of pressure canning. Well, there you have it. 25.85 pounds of salmon, 34 pints. It's 10.75 ounces per pint. Well, this is a real successful day, I think. We didn't have any failures, no breaks, and we sure appreciate you tuning in to our Christmas special, practical preparation. Till next time, take care of yourself.